Hello everyone, welcome back to some more L.A Noire. Last time we completed the silk stocking murder and got through... Oh, actually no, we are at the halfway point. For the homicide desk, there's only like 3 more cases left for the homicide, so yeah, we're already like almost halfway through the game now. Nice, isn't it? Though I'm recording all this in advance, so... Oh, I should be premiering the first episode soon. I should prepare that. Oh, for now though, let's get into the white shoe slaying. I remember this case because it's actually a pretty fun one, for me at least. Though I'm not sure how fun it'll be for me to censor. Oh well.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Alright. Let's head out. First though, outfit change. I'll go with the golden boy.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in a short case. Ray Pinker will let us have a good time.
Another day, another case.
Greetings from sunny California. When's it gonna stop?
When even bring an umbrella? Seriously. Standing right there waiting for me.
A fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up and the bodies keep piling.
Yeah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send there.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolveds.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows maketh the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Yeah, that's true. You can't go through life expecting big things all the time. You gotta do small things to build up to it. Crime scene, 12:17 p.m.
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Well, I guess I can no, I'm not going to show this. I'm going to censor this anyways. Because you never know. Anyway, well, it doesn't look too bad, but the neck injuries, yeah. Anyways, on her head, specifically the neck, a bunch of rope injuries and whatnot. Oh.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363. Never the same, are they?
Okay. No ring missing this time. How very interesting. Ah. That is very interesting. Didn't even steal the ring this time. Oh. Well, I think I'm good now. Boot prints.
No
Size
drag
8s.
marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the
Catch all the
scene.
good ones, Phelps.
Boot marks, huh? So he was surveying the scene. I wonder if those are size 8s. These are tire tracks, so he literally just dropped her off.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Then again, they might not be. That's everything. Let's go to the game well. Literally.
I'll call you when I know something. Meanwhile, get on with the case.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's this? Maybe I already have football.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Okay, well, what, you saw something suspicious?
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Hobo? By whatever do you mean?
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Sure. It's always in a place you never expect. Let's go to the game ball, see if we can figure out where this hobo camp might be.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks.
Huh. Okay, so we'll have to look at the hobo camp. Sorry if I cut too many stuff out. It's just a lot of work.
You're behind the wheel.
You don't want to see the
Fine.
censor things? I
Where
don't
we
want to see
headed?
it, so I figure I just cut them out. Unless we need to, like, hear them and their actual important stuff. That being said, though, let's head to Superior Laundry, see if we can trace, find a name for this woman. and
No
trace
message.
it.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, all right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Actually, yeah, this doesn't fit the pattern. No rings were stolen. She was clothed. The only thing that's similar to those was the neck injury. But that can be chalked up to just anybody. Talk real quick here.
Please, the rain
I have business to run.
Change back into those white bucks now.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Yeah, he just said it. F1363. Here it is. F1363. For Miss T. Terrellson.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Ah, the green silk dress, yes. Oh, 43 West Emerald Street. Let's look at that. We can go to the hobo camp later.
You know the way. You can drive.
Wait a second. Oh, this is nearby the place. Just a hop, skip, and a drop. As is the hobo camp. Wow, everything's so near each other. So I guess the guy is a hobo because he doesn't have a car or nothing.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Alright. I increased the microphone level so you should be able to hear me a bit better. 43 Emerald Street.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Terrellson? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Terrellson?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Terrellson, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrellson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Sorry, just the way she said that.
Want to hear something funny, Terrellson? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report
purse,
actually
good.
rules them out as a suspect.
Nothing significant.
Is nothing significant. Ah, Professor. Where all the stuff happens. What is this? Baron's bar.
To check if she was a regular.
Had to be if she got some matchbook from there. Yeah, there's a hairbrush. This.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Huh. Perhaps she was two-timing him. Let's look around a little bit more. I don't believe there would be anything in there. Oh. Oh, this is just to help get acquainted with the Baron's bar. Okay.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Yeah, multiple matchbooks.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
In here, I remember now. There's a few different things. This purse.
So she went out without her handbag?
Why would she go out without her handbag? Whatever. Her identity is
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
Brown, blonde, white, yep. Teresa Terrellson. In here was a stick of...
At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Oh wow, it was barely even used, yeah. Oh no, it was super used, I should say. What's this? Muddy boots?
You can see if Pinker can match the impression of the crime scene.
Size 8 muddy boots. Looking pretty bad. Oh, nope. I just saw this. Jacket's all wet.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Doesn't look good for him. Though I still... well, when you look at it, it gotta be Lars the hobo, because the hobo camp's right here. You could either just walk here, take him out, and do whatever. But we saw he had a car, so why would he need to do that for the hobo camp? If that's the case, then it really could be Terrellson, because he could just pick her up, he's her husband, she wouldn't know, drive her to here, kill her, and then drive back home. It does make the most sense. I'm sorry if you still can't hear me. But this next one actually took me a while to figure out. You have to go back here and get this rope. And as you can
Looks
see,
like a match with the ligature marks.
Yeah, he has a rope. And that's all the clues. Let's interview him. I mean, I can't say for sure if he's the culprit, but he does look awfully suspicious.
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies. For the record, Mr. Terrellson, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
So, who do you think could have done it?
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
I don't know. You do have a rope.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
Easy. You have the rope.
Your wife was strangled with triple braid rope. The bow line from your boat is a perfect match.
Look, I know this looks bad. I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I let her go.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have an alibi?
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Bored and you just... Well, we can't say he's lying. But, I mean, he's looking around, so he can't say good cop, so he's bad cop. But even so, like, you just let her go by herself?
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Yeah.
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's bar.
Knew it.
She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
so she was drunk at this time.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
Alright.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
Oh no, you did something more.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
Because we found your muddy boots and wet jacket.
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life. We could break the husband's story right now. Call in, get some uniforms dispatched, check out his alibi.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks, ma'am. Appreciate your time, sir.
I guess the next thing
You can
to do
drive.
is investigate
And where
the bar.
exactly are we going? You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Yeah. Baron's Bar.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. You know, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
Alright, he's looking at us straight. No shifty eyes, no shifty movements. So...
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
That cherry pie was delicious.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
most likely it is.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
Yup, nope. We see him.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her.
2?
Promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor, in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Alright. A sailor, though. That might be where he got the boat rope.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
Well, it is a cab, but...
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
Yeah, she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates?
Yep.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Let's move.
God damn it all, I asked them to hold the mail.
Bates! We just want to talk!
Come on, we got a ride.
There he is,
Get in and drive.
How dare you?
Let's get in and drive.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Chase him.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Well,
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road.
far left side.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Oh, I got a trophy. Miles
Come on, Phelps. You're letting this lust get away from you. He's showing you how it's done. Maybe you shouldn't have waited for me, Phelps. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
Got her.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Freeze.
Put your hands where I can see them. Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
When did you last contact the victim?
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Well, he'll most likely lie, but we can't prove him, so we're just gonna have to bad cop him.
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
Uh-huh.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
Well, it's believable, but...
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Alright. Head to the cell phone here.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case.
That's the sailor.
Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Good.
Could be our man. Thank you.
Could be, most likely, man. If it's not him, then it's the husband. Has to be. Ah, well. Right now, you just need to get in your car and wait for the APB.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
Garage.
West on 7th Street.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
Okay. Crime scene. There it is. The gas station here. Let's flag it quickly.
You see our taxi anywhere?
Let's move quickly.
Okay, at the next corner, hang a right.
I shall skip this spray, guys. Yeah, be grateful. I'm gonna skip this spray, guys.
Gently.
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
3591, that's him there, Phelps. Hit the siren.
Here we are.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It's a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Huh. Well, not the hobo camp. Let's go to the police station, I guess. Crystal Ballroom.
Can you drive to this one?
We'll have to remember that.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Okay.
You're behind the wheel.
That is odd. So it's either Jessup or Mr. Terrellson. Has to be. Because they're the only two people that you can actually get access to the rope. Or could it be the hobo? Could be.
He's in interview 2.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Interview room 2.
He ran the light on Olympic.
Detectives
and we
Phelps
finally
and
collared him
Galloway.
on Temple.
We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Oh, looking around. Can't do good cop. we can't confirm if he's lying, so bad cop.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
That makes sense. It corroborates with it. It works with the cab driver's story.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
Newsflash, we did. But the way you're looking around tells something different.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab, and I caught a bus back to the base.
Well, he's looking at us straightly. Can't confirm if he's like. Well, he's looking around. I guess bad cop.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
Makes sense.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
Then how would you put it?
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in two in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Oh. Well then.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
Alright. What? Wait, the hobo camp was different. It was right here earlier, but now it's over here? Well, if it's gonna keep changing, I guess we can just wait for it to stop changing. That being said, I guess let's just head to the bus depot. Laundry, hobo camp, Charleston. Here it is.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed? Three suspects in the can and one on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Terrelson picked up?
11K, roger.
So it could have been him, but you never really know. Bus depot, 1:46 p.m. head in, see if we can track any buses.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute.
Midnight onwards.
Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
This is gonna be a while.
I'll need to run the loop.
We're not gonna drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
Get into the car. If you look on the mini-map, you see that red line? Yeah. The entire map we just saw is copied. As such, we're gonna have to run the loop. Drive all the way around, following the red line until we see it. And the cab spawns randomly on the line, I believe. So, yeah, just drive around the loop. Luckily for you guys, I'm just gonna cut to when we find the driver. Unless there's any, like, conversation in between, but yeah. So I guess I'll listen to the conversation if there's any, for like a minute or two. If not, then I shall just
All-American 7-4, let's go get him. This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that...
Jesus, Phelps!
What was that?
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Alright, let me edit this out. Alright, we are back online, and I increased the mic size, so I'm sorry if you hear an echo. But, yeah, we found our guy, just over there.
There's the bus, Cole. Turn on the siren and pull her over.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
Okay. Because she was seen at the hobo camp.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers. He left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp?
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
We're gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
Huh. So, it probably is this hobo guy. She was last alive near the hobo camp, so it probably is this hobo guy. That's our guy, isn't it?
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic, Phelps. You need to hold out until the cavalry arrives.
How do we do that?
Like this.
Buck stop to take you down, Carl.
If you want your rightful share,
Killing make you
we
feel...
need to fight for
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Let's head into his shack. See if we can find some...
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it and see what you find.
Oh, newspaper.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Can't blame him. I really can't blame him. Los Angeles Inquisitor. Oh well, we're 50 minutes in. Back to the case at hand. Here's the rope with blood on it.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
So this is our man. No doubt about it. Purse. TT top. And inside. Don't tell me this is the ballroom. And a crystal ball.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
That's everything. Head back to Central and talk to Ackerman.
You can drive. And where exactly are we going?
What was that? Oh, okay.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same shtick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession, and we can charge the bum with murder.
Okay, I'm back. I was doing something for a second. Let us talk to Ackerman. I mean, he's basically our guy. He has to be. No use denying.
Going this way.
Enter room 1. Yes.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I've killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
Oh, great. So these kind of people.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
Yeah, no.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
No, you weren't. We found your purse. We found her purse.
You were up
with
on the
you.
hill. You were seen during the day. We have a witness. We have evidence. Come clean with me, Ackerman, and I'll see what I can do for you.
I despise your pity. You have nothing that links me to this woman.
Well, we found her purse at your shack.
We have you cold, Ackerman. Her purse and the ballroom ticket were in your lean-to. Tell us why you did it.
I kill because people need killing. It's what I was trained to do.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
Huh? And that's it?
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrelson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
How kind. Another flashback? Oh, not yet. Anyways, case complete. What's this? Anyways, that'll be it for today. It looks like Phelps is going there more often, huh? But yes, that'll be it for today. So next time we will do the studio secretary murder, which I don't think I remember. Oh well, see you next time.